Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstools.com, and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and full review of the Xolo Q900. And one thing I would like to tell you is that we have already unboxed the device earlier. This is an unboxing which is being done for you. So here we have the device itself, and we have the Xolo Q900 mentioned in the box on the front. Over here we have some information about the company from which it comes and the contents of the package. So it will get a handset, a charger, a battery, one earphone, one data cable, warranty card, quick start guide, one screen guard. So these are all the things which should be there inside the package of this phone. And if we take a look over the back side, we have the specifications of this device mentioned. So it has got 1.2 GHz quad core MediaTek 6589. You have PowerVR STX 544MP as the GPU. You have 4.7 inch high definition display. You have 312 pixels per inch density on the display, and again the camera on the back is 8 megapixel autofocus rear camera, and the front is a 2 megapixel camera. It is also capable of recording high definition video at 1080p from the back camera, and you can also play high definition videos as well, as you have it mentioned on the box. So these are the frequencies of the GSM supported. You have 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB of internal memory, and you do have micro SD memory card slot to expand the storage. When it comes to the sensors, you have accelerometer, proximity, ambient light sensor, magnetometer sensor as well, and these are some applications which will come pre-installed, which are kind of anti-theft and power saving application for this device. You have Android 4.2, and the battery on this device is going to be 1800 mAh, and it does have support for assisted GPS, so that you can use this device for navigation, and you have Bluetooth 4.0 on this device. Now as far as the SAR values are concerned, we are not sure about the exact values as of now, but this does basically certifies the SAR radiation safe values, so they are under the permissible limit. So let's unbox this and let's take a look what we have in the package. So the first thing which we get in the package is the Xolo Q900 itself, and again it does come up with a screen guard, and we have already removed that screen guard from the device, and this is how the device will look like. It definitely looks kind of premium in terms of the overall look and feel, and the build quality of this device is definitely much better as compared to the other Xolo devices which we have reviewed till date. And if we talk about the back side, we have a glossy back cover, and the overall device in terms of the thickness is pretty okay, not too thin, not too thick, and in terms of the weight it feels slightly heavier. So we will take a look over the device later on. Let's take a look what we have in the package apart from the device. So once we open the package, we get a screen guard with a cleaning cloth, and there are two screen guards which comes within the package. So that's about it. And apart from this, we have the micro USB cable which comes within the package. Here we have some headphones, and they seem to be tangle free cable headphones, and they are in-ear headphones. As you can see, they do have a mic module over here with a button to pick the call, although there is no control for the volume. You cannot increase and decrease the volume, and this is how the audio lead will look like. Apart from this, further going on, we get the Xolo warranty guide, a quick start guide for this phone, and over here we get the charger. And let me just open this to show you what kind of rating the charger actually has. So the output current from the charger is 1 ampere, as you can see, and these are all the things which come within the package. So let's take a look over the device now. Now here we have the Xolo Q900, and this device definitely looks premium in terms of the build quality. We have a nice chrome grille which is spreading across the edges of the phone on the front, and it does give this device kind of a premium look. In terms of the overall form factor, this device is around 138 gram in terms of the overall weight, which is again not too heavy comparing the display size and the form factor. Now if we talk about the thickness of the device, it is around 9.9 millimeter, so it is definitely not a thin phone if you compare it with other thin phones which are there in the market. When it comes to the rear camera, we have an 8 megapixel camera at the back with autofocus functionality, and you do have the LED flash over here for the low light photos. Here you have the loudspeaker on this device, as you can see. At the bottom we have the primary mic. Over here we have the power and sleep key which can be easily accessed. Over here on the top you have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You have a 3.5mm audio jack over here for the headphones. On this side we have the volume rocker, which is again a plastic button. And once we remove the back cover, let me just show you the phone from the back side. So once we remove the back cover, we can see the battery, which is 1800 mAh on this device, which is a lithium polymer ion battery. And you have two SIM card slot on this device. First one is over here, and both will accept the normal size SIM card. You have a slot over here for the micro SD memory card to expand the storage. And when it comes to the front, you have the nice earpiece over here. You have the front camera, which is a 2 megapixel fixed focus camera. You have the ambient and proximity light sensor over here. And when it comes to the bottom, you have the touch capacitive buttons, which are there on the body of the phone, not within the display. And this is how the home screen look like, and it seems to be running Android 4.2. And let me just show you the home screen. So these are like 5 home screen which we have on this device, and you cannot increase. Okay, you can increase and decrease these home screen. You can have maximum 7 home screen on this device, as you can see. And if we take a look over the notification center, most of the UI on this device is kind of stock Android, but it is optimized as well with some shortcuts and some customization which we can easily notice in the UI. So over here we have the UI, which is again kind of optimized. And if we take a look over the about phone, you have Android 4.2.2 running on this device as far as the version of Android which is running. And if we take a look over the storage scenario, and the storage, we can see that out of 4 GB, around 0.98 GB is being available for the application. And when it comes to the user available, you get around 1.80 GB available, on which you can also install applications, and you can store picture, videos, audio and other data on this device onto the storage. And you also have the option of selecting the SD card on this device as a default write disk. That means you can actually install applications on the SD card as well. When it comes to the audio profile, you do have the option of enhancing the overall sound quality from the headphones by selecting this option over here. And let me just show you the display settings as well. Under the display settings, you have the option of automatic brightness, as you can see. So it does have the ambient light sensor. And when it comes to wallpaper support, you have support for live wallpapers, video wallpapers, and static wallpapers are obviously supported. Now as far as display is concerned, you have a TFT capacitive touchscreen display on this device. The resolution of the display is 720x1280, and again you won't feel pixelation on this device. As far as the pixels are concerned, it has a pixel density of around 312 pixels per inch, which is pretty okay. You won't notice any pixelation on this device with naked eyes at least. The display size is 4.7 inch, and you have 720p display on this device. As far as the viewing angles are concerned, viewing angles are pretty okay. You can see the screen from extreme viewing angles without much fading of colors, and from vertical angles as well you can actually see the screen. Now taking a look over the RAM information, we have 1 GB of RAM on this device, and out of 1 GB of RAM, around 495 MB of RAM is being used as of now, and you get around 471 MB of RAM, which is free. So again, you can install more applications and heavy games as well on this device without any issues. They will work fine. You do have an instant access feature, which is kind of multi-window feature which we have seen on the Samsung phones. As you can see, once you enable this feature, you can actually launch these applications from here. This is a shortcut which will actually launch a specific application. Again, those applications will not be launched in small multi-windows, but they will automatically get launched in full screen. So you have a quick shortcut bar basically in the form of this sidebar which we see over here. And let me just go to the settings to show you some other options. So when it comes to the location access, you do have support for GPS navigation on this device, and for that you just need to enable the access to my location and GPS satellite. And under GPS satellite, make sure to enable GPS EPU assistance and assisted GPS before you can start using this device for navigation. And also make sure that the auto download for the EPU settings is also turned on. Then only you can actually use GPS on this device without any issues. And again, the EPU settings file won't be that high, so it will definitely cost you some data charges whenever you are on the go and you want to use GPS on this device. But again, it is not very high in terms of the size, so it won't cost you much. So the phone dialer look like, and again the phone dialer is definitely inspired from the UI which we have seen on Samsung phones. You do have the option of making a video call directly from the phone dialer. So here we have the messaging application, as you can see, and again the messaging application has been optimized to make it look different. And this is the keyboard which we have, and again you do not have support for continuous input typing or swipe to type on this device as far as the keyboard is concerned, but there should not be any problem while typing on this device. The keyboard is pretty big and the keys are nicely spaced out from each other, so you won't face any problem while typing on this device. And again, let me just check whether this device supports the continuous input as well. So under the keyboard settings, we do not see the option of continuous input supported on this device. So as you can see, this is how the camera UI look like, and again the camera UI is kind of the same which we have seen on other MediaTek 6589 devices. You do have HDR mode supported, beautification mode is also there, you have multi-angle view shot, panorama mode is also supported. And once we go to the normal mode, let me just show you the front camera first of all. So the front camera on this device is a 2 megapixel camera, and in terms of the overall quality of the video which you will get from the front camera, it is not too good, but again pretty okay for doing a video chat. And the video feed will be kind of hazy if you shake the camera much if you are doing it from the front camera. And let me just go back to the back camera. So if you take a look over the settings for the photos, you do have zero shutter delay, you have face detection, you have continuous shot supported, up to 99 shots maximum can be taken. The picture size maximum can be 8 megapixel on this device. When it comes to the photo settings, you have electronic image stabilization supported. You can have time-lapse interval videos, you can apply video effects, and you can also record high definition video at 1080p as well as at 720p. So let me just take this photo as of now of this device, and we are taking this photo in an indoor room with some artificial light. Let's see how does this photo actually come out to be in terms of the colors and the clarity. So as you can see, this is how the photo will look like in terms of the colors. In terms of colors, I would say it is pretty okay. In terms of details as well, it is looking nice. So the overall camera quality from this device, we have also taken some shots in daylight, is definitely good. And when it comes to low light or artificial light, it is pretty okay. Now here we have the system information for this device. The model number of the device is Q900, and we have ARM V7 processor on this device, clocked at 1.2 GHz. It is a quad-core processor. The chipset is MediaTek 6589, as you can see. The display resolution is 720x1280, and you have PowerVR SGX 544MP as the GPU. If you take a look with the sensors, you have 3-axis accelerometer sensor, proximity, light, orientation, and magnetic field sensor as well on this device. Now as far as the score which we have got on quadrant standard for this device, it is 4708, which is a pretty good score. And if we take a look over the detail score, this is how the detail score look like for the CPU, memory, input-output operation, 2D and 3D. So on AnTuTu, this device has scored a score of 13676, which is a pretty decent score, I would say. And this is how the detail score look like, as you can see, for the CPU, RAM, GPU, and input and output operations. On Nina Mark II, this device has scored a score of 46.0 FPS, and again in terms of the overall gaming performance, this device is pretty good. It can play some high graphic intensive games as well, like Modern Combat 4, Frontline Commando D-Day, and Nova 3 as well. When it comes to the casual games, you can play these casual games like Subway Surfer, Temple Run, OZ, and Frontline Commando as well on this device without any issues. And again, for heavy games, you might notice some kind of graphic lag on this device occasionally when you play those games, but the overall gaming performance of this device is pretty decent. So the first game which we are going to play on this device is called Temple Run OZ, and as you can see, this game is running fine on this device without any issues, and the touchscreen response from the game is also pretty good while playing it on this device. The graphics are rendering fine, the draw distance for the game is pretty good, and in terms of the overall response from the device while playing this game, there is no issue. The sensors on the device are also working well, as you can see. So you can play this game or Subway Surfer or any other game like this without any issues on this device. The overall response from the touchscreen is almost instant. There is no lag of any kind, and the sensors are also working well, including the gravity sensor. So now we are playing the Frontline Commando D-Day. This game is kind of graphic intensive, and let's see how does this device actually handle this specific game. So in terms of the graphics, I see no lag, no issue till now. and the touchscreen is also responsive while playing this game. I can access all the options of the touchscreen, basically all the controls of this game on the touchscreen without any issues, and the overall game playback is also kind of smooth. There is no issue with that, as you can see. So you can play this game on this device without much of a problem. The graphics are pretty okay, and there might be few frame drops which you might have noticed, but still you can play this game on this device. So here we have the stock Android browser which we have on this device, and we have just loaded a website. There is no problem with the kinetic scrolling. It is pretty smooth. Pinch to zoom is also smooth, there is no problem, and the rendering of the text is also pretty crisp and clear on this device into this browser. You do have double tap to zoom supported, there is no issue with that as well. You can also do panning pretty easily, so there is no issue as far as browser is concerned. You can do tab browsing, and you can also have incognito mode supported within this browser, and you can also play YouTube videos within the web page if they are embedded. You don't have to open YouTube application for the same. Whenever you are opening a YouTube embedded video page on this device into this browser, you can play that. On multi-touch, this device supports 5-point multi-touch. Now as far as LED notification light is concerned, you do have an LED notification light on this device over here, which will light up whenever the device is charging or whenever you receive missed calls or email. So as you can see, we have just connected a flash drive with the help of an OTG cable with this device, and it is not detected. So you do not have support for flash drive on this device with the help of an OTG cable. So you do not have OTG support on this device, as you can see. In terms of the overall battery backup, you will get around 1 day of battery backup on this device pretty easily without any issues. But again, in case you have some heavy requirements with the phone, for example, if you play a lot of games and watch a lot of videos, it will not give you around 1 day of battery backup. In that case, you will get little less than 1 day in terms of the battery backup from this device. So again, in case you decrease the battery, the display brightness, and you do not play a lot of videos on this device and you do moderate amount of gaming, for example, you play games for like half an hour and you watch videos for half an hour, in that case it will give you around 1 day battery backup without any issues. But for heavy users, it won't give you 1 day battery backup. So that's all from us as far as the full hands-on review of the Xolo Q900. We really like this device in terms of the overall build quality. At the price at which it is coming, it is a pretty decent value for money, I would say. And in terms of the battery backup, it will give you around 1 day battery backup with moderate usage. However, the battery could have been higher. On this device, the battery is little bit less, but again the display size is also less and the display resolution is not bad at all. The viewing angles of the display are also pretty wide. The gaming performance of this device is also decent. The camera is pretty good as well, and again the low light performance of the camera is not that good, but the daylight is definitely better. As far as the build quality is concerned, the build quality is good, the form factor of the phone is good, and the look and feel of the phone is quite premium, as you can see. So do let us know if you have any specific questions for the Xolo Q900. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.